put it down. Hello, are you receiving us? Is that better? Hello, are you receiving us? Is that better?
I've actually just... Yeah, you seem to be moving.
Fabulous.
You're moving on my one anyway, so that's
Oh,
good.
that's
Oh,
good.
brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Use the fan location. That way.
It's very hot here.
Yes,
Actually,
that's better. That's better.
oh, okay, cool. Okay, so what we've learned from this is that, because I've got a desktop app now so that we don't lose things on their servers, I hope.
One does hope.
And I turned the bitrate down because I thought that might make it easier for people to see, but it sounds like it just degrades our performance. So I've turned it back up.
Yeah.
High bitrate. So we were just talking about the Rugby World Cup, and actually the Scottish rugby team came into Sweet Mother's Kitchen the
Oh,
other
they
day.
did too.
I really wanted to offer them a slice of cake.
The citrus cake with chocolate on top.
You know, I had a lot of playing about Homeland. We're not going around pretending I'm a New Zealander, I'm actually a Scotsman.
Oh, she's getting excited.
What gets me excited is that the World Cup organisers have said we are not allowed to play bagpipes.
Ah.
Bagpipes are being banned.
Are you playing in your kilts? Because I want to see a few of those tackles from, low camera angles.
Because if they're going to ban the bagpipes, then they really should be doing this. Because also banning the haka, banning the vuvuzela,
Right, so it's like no one's allowed bagpipes in the park, is that it's like no one's allowed bagpipes in the park, is that
That's awful. This is part of Scottish culture that all Scots are very proud of. And even Dunedinites would be proud of. But no, this seems like they don't want any part of bagpipes this week when Scotland plays Argentina.
Huh.
Oh, that's frustrating.
That's very disappointing, isn't it?
Just a shame.
Yeah.
I'm noticing a lot of people are sending me Skype messages as I'm on here, which is interesting too.
It's because you're on demand, darling.
Of course you are.
R Pix, who is not in my contact list, who's just wished me happy birthday on Skype.
But is it your birthday,
nice.
Jack, and we've
Well,
forgotten?
It had been, and it still is in Hawaii and Alaska.
Oh, Jack, happy birthday!
Good thing we're at the studio in Hawaii, because we haven't missed it.
That's right, and I've got a card for you.
Oh, yay!
Brilliant.
I do actually have a card for you. Here's a hint, always keep a supply of cards in your craft cupboard.
Oh, okay.
And so I think you deserve one of these vintage cards.
Oh, this is one of those increasing your leisure time tips.
It is.
Oh, yeah,
always,
totally.
So what I have in my cupboard is I have some thank you cards, which I'll just show you. It's always good to have some thank you cards because it's very, nice to send a note to say thank you, and it's got this sort of
Very
decorative
fussy.
envelope on the back.
Yep.
They're just from what calls on that key. But this one, Jack, is special for you. This is from the Motueka Recycle Centre. And it says, here's looking at you, and there's a very kind of 50s looking kiwi.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. That looks lovely.
And I'm going to...
Eyes.
And actually, here's another hint. If you're going to give people... It's nice to personalise things. So I've got some pussy stickers over here.
Of course she does.
They're from Germany. They're brilliant. I can't pronounce this at all.
So German pussies.
Yes, it's German
German
pussies.
pussy.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the kiwi, and Corinne's going to help me select that one.
Is that a pussy for me?
Oh, it's a kiwi and a little pussy in a bowler hat.
Oh.
And he can just put there?
Yeah.
There. There we go. So now it's personalised with this. There's a kiwi and a German pussy in a bowler hat.
Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it.
Brilliant.
And I've got my lovely pen here, which has got 4 colours, because they're my favourite. And look, Corrington, in a world of everything made in that one country, this one is made in
France.
Yes.
Yeah, Bic is French, because I was talking to you about this the other day. Whether it was French or German, it is indeed French.
I'm just going to write.
So was there a Mr. Bic?
I'm not sure.
We're not thinking
it's
of
not a
Sex
very
and the
French
City, are we?
name.
No. There was definitely Mr. Biro, wasn't there? Ladislav Biro.
There was a Mr. Flusher, or Crapper.
Crapper, but he actually designed the flush unit. He was the Queen's cousin at the time.
Oh, right.
And he designed the overhead flush unit where, that basin fills up with water and flushes down. And I do believe she had somebody flush the toilet for her.
Yeah.
Which I would very much like one of.
I have Conrad flush the toilet for me, actually.
Oh, grand.
Yeah, Conrad's good like that when he's not hiding or sleeping during the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's out again. Like a tomcat,
Oh,
honestly.
goodness.
It's disgusting. Smell that comes out of his bedroom. Boys and aftershave.
Oh.
There we go. So now I've just written in the card, of course, so much forethought indicates my deep love of you, Jack. There we go.
Oh, thank you so.
So this is just going in the envelope. And next time you come around,
Yeah.
this will
Thank
be...
you. Well, for now, you can put it around my box and I can read it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And now that she's looked at it, you can actually use the DNA and just
Yeah.
clone
It
it.
has a DNA sample, so if you need another LaQuisha, just take this too. Who's cloning? South Korea,
South
probably.
Korea.
South Korean.
I think it's 20 grand for a pussy, because I had to look at how much to
Ah.
have a pussy cloned.
Oh,
How much should I
fantastic.
charge for dogs? Because it should be a bit cheaper due to supply and demand, right? Because they eat them there.
No, no, they have a special type of food dog that you see out the back of
Oh, do
restaurants.
they? Oh, okay.
It turns out dogs are harder to clone than cats because their eggs are opaque and it makes it hard for the scientists to see when they're injecting the DNA. But
Really?
pussies over.
They charge more just because it's a bit
Okay.
harder to see.
Yeah, I can't see any problem with someone spending $20,000 on recreating a beloved pet when there's starvation in the world.
Yeah.
I think that's
No,
really
exactly.
sensible.
Yeah.
Is Sophie still wearing
If you have the
pearls?
technology,
Yeah, she's
let's
totally
use it.
still wearing pearls. She's good like that.
Sophie's in pearls.
Because you're not as far back as you were last week, are you? Or
With the studio's different again. We're always changing it around here, so yes.
no, I'm actually going to eat at the same time because I've actually been out for drinks. I've eaten a little bit, but you know how much food
I
costs.
don't know
I
the
think we're-
password.
We're just ordering pizza at the moment, and so you tell the story, and I'll put the password in.
Well, what? No. I was saying I haven't properly eaten yet
Oh.
because food is rather expensive, and I had a little bit of the fish balls. I have to say, haven't been very good, but
Oh,
I'm
nice.
still hungry afterwards. So on the way, I decided I'd get something gross, and here I am, just sort of eating it. So I hope viewers tonight can't hear me chewing because
Oh,
I actually haven't had my dinner yet.
oh, that's fine. Neither have we.
But we had
No.
a very nice French waiter quarantine, so I was able to talk to him in his native tongue.
Oh, fantastic. I
And I
went to Hummingbird, and it was a friend's 21st. I just had a couple too many drinks and just blasted out, oh, I really want to learn how to play the accordion out of nowhere. And this French guy at the table next to ours says, I can teach you the accordion.
really.
And I go, you're joking. And he says, no, seriously, I teach the accordion and speak French. And so now I have a French accordion teacher speaking thing that I can call whenever I wish.
Oh, fantastic.
Brilliant.
Can't
He
be
is.
That's one of the hardest instruments in the world to learn, isn't it?
I do imagine it would be. I don't think I will take it up seriously, but I may take him out for a coffee.
Well, sounds good to me. I only think the only musical instrument I'd probably learn are bongo drums or something.
Oh, brilliant. Good choice.
Yeah, just to work with my own coordination skills or lack thereof.
Right.
No, actually, I can play the piano by ear.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Brilliant.
So I think once you get the studio orchestra in there, Lucretia, and we have the studio orchestra, I'll come and play the piano for the show.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
I can play my Australian soap operas medley consisting of themes of my country practice, Sullivan's Prisoner, and Flying Doctors.
Oh, the phone numbers. Actually, we have a we've got a synthesizer in the thing actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be very good. You know, Josie Bell actually had a toy accordion as a child, but she was banned from playing it for the most part.
Oh yeah. Parents, here's a hint. Don't buy your kids noisy toys.
Yeah, no. One should know this.
No one will thank you for it. We thought we should have a xylophone to do little things, so I downloaded one. So we could go.
It could be like Heidi High, like Gladys and Heidi High. Heidi High.
Attention shoppers, the store will be closing in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But the problem is that the thing keeps moving. It's all gravity assisted, you see. It's terrible.
Oh, right.
So the slightest tilt and your accordion's escaping
I
from
see.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the other way. Oh. So it's hard to be virtuosic on that kind of thing.
Yeah, it is a little bit tough, I can tell you. Well, I'm disappointed we haven't got Tess back here this week, which is a shame.
Oh, alas. Alas, I need to fan myself again. So,
She's got more than makes up for that.
Corentin, what is this?
Oh, there she is, sorry. Hello, Tess.
Oh, hello!
Hello. Sorry, I just have to fan myself. You would not believe how hot studio lighting is.
Hmm.
How are you doing?
No, I've been in that studio, and it's
Rather
actually does get quite hot.
well.
Yes,
There is the studio
Temperature's great.
fireplace.
Corentin, do you want to talk to us about this rubbish bag?
Oh goodness. Yes. So as it turns out, petrol stations, most of I think, if you buy a Coca-Cola, which I was doing for, when I went to see Conrad last week. Yeah.
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 British Petroleum.
British
Yeah.
Petroleum.
They offer you. The man handed it over to me and said, "I have a gift for you." And I thought, "Oh, this is going to be fantastic." And as I unravelled it, it kind of looked exactly like this. Can we all guess what this is?
Well, I know what it is, so I won't say.
A rubbish bag, right? It's a rubbish bag with holes in it.
It's a fucking poncho thing. Sorry, I can't contain
For the
myself.
Rugby World Cup.
It's just dreadful.
It's really bad, actually.
Yeah. Now, I think before we get on to that, Tess can't be with us completely because she's feeling miserable, and she's going to be because she got dumped. And
Oh,
I've
sweetie.
said this to you before, Tess. What is wrong with this men in Auckland? There's something wrong with Jackman men.
Oh, tell me about
Here
it.
Here is a wonderful woman, and and I do want to do a shout out to Tess like this. I'm sorry if this embarrasses you, but you're a wonderful lass, and why these Auckland boys, don't know that you're just there, and eligible and attractive and talented, and I don't know, these Auckland boys that are frankly just stupid. If they either don't ask you out or they it's not.
I flew up to Auckland to see a boy once.
I'm actually a little bit, definitely moved to Wellington.
We've got free rubbish bag
Girl,
looking ponchos.
Yeah. And look how great they look.
Oh, you are just a fashion dish.
Oh, God. I don't think I'll take this off ever. I could go to...
Put it over the back of the chair. Oh, no, you look like an extra from Doctor Who. Because this is the kind of future fashion that we saw in 1960s science fiction. Nothing says future fashion like a plastic bag with a hood.
I know this is very sort of Mary Quant, isn't it?
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, it's Darth Vader and Mary. It's Darth Vader if Mary Quant had designed it.
So we were thinking about, if you get one of these, how could you improve it? And it's quite good already. So what you do is you get a cat sticker.
Such a recurring theme.
And then you just put the cat sticker here, just above the Coca-Cola.
Oh,
That's
darling.
lovely.
And look, it's black, so it's so slimming.
Where are those other stickers?
Yeah, right.
Got
No one will see me
stickers.
coming, and if they do, they'll cross the road for me.
Oh, no, here we go.
The
And here's some
opposite side.
sparkly pussy stickers.
Oh,
Because
cute.
nothing zhuzhes something up. How about a pussycat in a high chair? Because that's plausible, isn't it?
That's
Pussycat
very cute.
in a high chair. And we'll just put that above the Rugby World Cup.
Oh.
And then you're good. You could just wear that to a business meeting for a job that you didn't want to get, but you had to go to because of wins.
Like, if you really don't want the job, I recommend you wear this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Oh,
If
fantastic.
Tess, if you did move down here, you could always vote me in as the mayor, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, this
that's
is true.
assume if I run again.
Oh, and we could... Oh, no.
No, don't bother.
Yeah, no, that's...
It's a lost cause.
I feel like at this point we're trying to, and I don't know whose quote I'm stealing, we're trying to roll a poo in glitter.
I like that.
And
Is
actually,
it divine?
maybe. I do actually have some glitter.
Oh, brilliant.
Of course.
Well,
Oh my god, what we could do is spray adhesive and then sprinkle, and then you
and I'll find it for
suffocate.
weeks. For weeks, I will find the spray glitter.
Can we set this on fire later?
Are we really? This will be like the KKK, but in a black robe, right?
You know KKK stands for Kurori, Kelvin and Kandala.
Awesome.
Well, you've got all that coal there, right? So you could actually use that to set the poncho alight.
Yeah.
We do. We've got that
Can we not
emergency
do
coal.
that?
We can,
Please.
yeah. So with those are nice cufflinks.
Oh no. Oh, they're beautiful.
Is that what is this? Is that a baseball bat?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a completely tame. If the viewers would like to see, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. But I was given these beautiful cufflinks by. Oh, yeah. Can we all see what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a baseball player holding his bat
Oh, is that what it is?
on a psychedelic background.
And also the other thing we've done is because I kind of want these guys to be the sponsor because they've got my colours. So we've ordered some of their goods and they're going to come later.
Oh, wow.
And that'll be fun. So I thought I was going to be able to do this really high-tech thing, which is Pussycam, where I connect the camera on my iPhone
You're still going to try and make it work.
to the stream, but the problem is every time I try, the thing goes black, and it's not very much fun. So I promise to try how to work out how to do that next week.
Yes.
So we can show you Sophie wearing pearls.
Yes.
All right.
Which we can
Oh.
do anyway.
Could you hook a video camera up to Sophie? You know,
Oh,
not
she's
everyone
such a little cutie.
And we get a cat point of view.
And she's wearing pearls. Look at her in her
Oh, cat
pearls.
cam would be beautiful.
She's so
Cat
pretty.
can be awesome, yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
And she's wearing pearls.
Oh.
She's quite a
And
mellow
she's
girl.
looking around the studio as well.
She's
looking at
like,
the studio
Yeah,
audience.
there's just so much vast space for her to look at.
She's like, put me back in my Burberry carry bag like Paris Hilton's poodle, please, Mum. Had
Oh,
enough of this. Oh, you're such a biddable girl. You go back to the couch now. Oh, Sophie.
Adorable.
oh, she looks really cute with the pearls on, actually.
She really does.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
So
Maybe-
does she sit on your lap at all, Quarantine? Because when I go to LaQuisha's, she sits on my lap quite a lot.
yeah, especially if I'm wearing black.
Okay, so she likes black.
Yeah, because that's the colour that her fur is most visible against.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she often
Nice,
she
isn't
says she says to me in her cat voice, meow 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 meow. And what that translates to is, that's a lovely black silk skirt. It would look much better with my hair on it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take the and we're gone. Okay, sorry,
Good.
Sophie was getting a little bit
Frustrated.
bemused with pearls. I'll just put these on. Well, it's not one lot.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go.
No, that's right, she doesn't want them.
The material girl.
No.
Lovely. So what has been going on in your life since we all last met and did a wonderful show which the live stream people have lost? Because that was our best show.
That was beautiful.
It was a really funny show.
Oh, why did they lose
We
that?
did a wonderful 9/11 tribute. So what has happened? Well, of course, yesterday was the debut of the new 2.5 Men starring Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, why does his last name make me always think of the
Ashton
word
Kutcher. He's supposed to be
Kutchi?
Kutchi.
Wasn't he Demi Moore's toy boy?
Oh,
Yes, and
Ah.
now husband.
Now she's a clever girl.
Yeah, well, she spent like 70 grand
So
on
dumb.
plastic surgery to bag a younger man.
oh,
Actually, I was thinking about getting a liposuction.
oh.
Okay.
Am I allowed?
No, you don't need it, darling.
Apparently I
I
don't need
think
it.
you need it at all.
There's a place in Wellington that'll do it on credit. I don't know what happens if you don't make payments. So they come and
Oh,
inject,
well,
inject you with fat.
It'll be like the
They
Botox
actually
bandage.
slice you and they actually put the fat back in there.
They'll come in and pull my tits out and pump me full of fat. It'll kind of be like a really bad domestic abuse crossed with too much KFC. That's in poor taste.
And Heidi, hi, Nessie New.
Hey, Nessie Moo!
Hello.
I wonder if Nessie Moo's from up north. Maybe. I don't know. Heidi hi.
Heidi, hi.
Howdy, hi.
I know the whole
Well, she
song.
was
Hi, hi, hi.
That's what horses eat. Gay
Yeah,
horses.
Gay horses eat. Hi. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so Corentin and I were trying to decide what had happened in the world this week, but I've just been wrapped up in...
Leisuring.
well, no, actually this week I've been spending a lot of time working out the perfect power level to defrost and heat up at the same time my frozen steak and kidney pies.
Right.
And it turns out it's 15 minutes on 70%. I don't know if
Brilliant.
that's useful for anyone.
I'm sure
But if
it
you
will
make
be.
a steak and kidney pie or a lasagna, and it's about 300 or 400 grams, you want to put it in 15 minutes at 70%, and that'll defrost it and heat it through all in one step. No, it's useful because I was trying to do the auto defrost cycle and do the auto casserole cycle, and that came up badly. And then I put it on high, and it exploded everywhere, and the inside of my microwave looked like the inside of a Japanese nuclear reactor.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. And then I started on 15, it was a bit whole session. It was just hours of research playing with my microwave this week,
Oh,
actually.
brilliant.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes.
Well, I'm glad you've got the right timing and everything. Now, where is Naraz, Nessie New? I mean, because I'm thinking, no wrong, it's not that, it's something else.
No,
No, who, yeah.
Ngātua Wakia.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Girl,
I was
she's
trying
from
to say it. I was trying to say it.
she's from my old hood. Can I do it?
No, we talked about your hood last week too, didn't we? That was another little highlight.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh dear.
I think we were talking about that during the what was it called? The Vajazzling. We were talking about your hood during the Vajazzling.
Oh, the Vajazzling.
Oh,
that was really funny. We had
yeah.
Vajazzling photos. It was such a good show last week.
That's grand.
And those are there, of course, on the and you've got a new page as well, Laquisha, the Laquisha Redfern fan page.
I do. Because I've started to realise that being friends with people on Facebook sometimes means that other people think that I've vetted everyone who's my friend. And no, I'm just friendly. I'll friend anyone. So I thought maybe we just needed to have a little bit more professionalism about it. So I've set up a fan page so we can all head over there and click like.
Brilliant.
Click like. I'll bother you about it some more over the next rest of your natural life. No unsubscribe button, darling.
You're there forever.
Except for when I send emails and I comply with the Can Spam app and the New Zealand one as well.
Yeah.
But if I call you, you'll know about it. Actually, I found out from Vodafone that you can actually nominate numbers to block on your cell phone if you need to.
Yeah, you can too.
I didn't
It
know
costs like
about that.
$4 though.
Aha.
Yeah,
Oh.
frustratingly enough. I had to block somebody.
I feel like blocking, I don't know, maybe I could block my credit card company.
Oh.
I tell them, don't call here. What did you think would happen if you gave me that credit limit?
Of course.
Don't call here anymore. I've moved. I don't exist. I'm dead.
Oh.
So this $4 thing, Corentin, is that per month or is it you pay $4?
No, you just pay $4, and it's quite a permanent move. So don't block somebody who you might not want to talk to again, because if you do want to talk to them again, it's not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a Facebook block, really. Oh no, Facebook blocks can be reversed, can't they? You just
they can be reversed. You just add them back.
Oh, can you
But,
never unblock them?
You can never unblock them again.
I'm definitely doing it with my credit card company.
Brilliant.
And the IRD. I also tell them, I tell them a different story from the credit company. What I say to them is, girl, you can't get blood out of a stone.
Yeah.
Have fun with those penalties.
It's like in high school, right?
And then I say, don't call here again.
You get detention and you don't go, but you just get another detention that
yeah, I
you
know.
don't
It's
go
like-
to.
It's like that scene in The Breakfast Club.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, yeah.
It's another week.
Another week. Shut up.
Gosh, I haven't seen that film since I don't know, since it was out.
Do you know what? I was talking about Glee the other day, and someone was saying, "Oh, I love Glee. I don't like Glee. I don't know. I just feel like it's a Breakfast Club with like musical numbers. It's like, hasn't this been done? These
I
boring,
really
tired
like Glee,
stereotypes.
except for the musical numbers.
How odd.
Yeah, right? Like, I love the show and the storyline and everything, but as soon as they start singing, I lose all interest.
I'd rather watch Fame.
Oh, the original
Yeah.
Fame when Leroy got stuck in the
original Fame,
something just
Well,
beeped on my phone.
In the movie Fame, to an extent, the television series also called Fame. I suppose the remake also called Fame.
I didn't see the remake, but I heard that they changed the theme song, and I was really upset.
Oh.
I wanna live forever, baby. Remember. Oh, Jack, take it away.
Oh, well, no, I wasn't in my Irene Cara mood all of a sudden. Because I was thinking of Flashdance, because that was another one of those great 80s movies on dancing.
I know
some
that
great songs like Maniac. Remember
Maniac.
Maniac?
Not everyone.
Maniac on the floor.
Not every one of our 5 viewers is from New Zealand, but in the 80s they used to advertise aspirin here using a song from Flashdance. And it used to go, what a feeling, Disprin is the one. They're believing, buy some Disprin now. Disprin, buy our product. Bitches right now, or you won't be happy ever. We're going to send people around and break your legs and then you'll need a painkiller. Disprin.
I still like Eno, which was Let's Get Physical, so Fizzicle.
Wasn't Eno for your insidey parts?
Yeah, I think it was the wake of your lower digestive tract or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it came in these huge... Is it the one that came in huge gold cans that people's grandfathers used to take like a cup of after Grandma's stodgy fatty dinner?
I think, or no, wasn't they huge capsules or something?
Oh, ha, I must...
I never bought them. I never bought them because I never had those problems when I was younger. Although I suppose I could probably do with an Eno these days, given all the crappy odd food I have when I go out.
All that Occidental rubbish. Weren't you eating fish bits or something just 5 minutes ago, what were you saying?
Well, yeah, I was, and that was a little bit more Oriental, but it still tasted Occidental.
Oh, ha. You got to watch that.
And because this is the season, of course, of birthday parties. I've been out at birthday parties constantly for the last few weeks, and this is all thanks to drunken Christmas parties and Hanukkah parties.
Yeah, right.
At 9 months, and everyone's kind of born about now. So I'm just constantly going out to these birthday parties.
What was there
lately,
bad TV
eating
9
all
months
sorts of
ago?
things.
Almost all my friends have their birthdays in March, though.
Okay, so what's 9 months from March? It's 15 minus this June. Well, it gets cold in June.
Well, I guess so.
Huh.
It gets cold in June, so people snuggle up. And
I bet there are more power cuts in June.
power cuts in June will definitely assure extra babies. Now, are there going to be extra babies because of Christchurch? Because that's 9 months is November, right?
Although, not too sure everybody would be in the mood for it, right?
No, it's that thing when you face a near-death experience and you go into the heat.
Yeah. I don't want to die alone!
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Did the earth move for you?
Oh.
Oh, that's in poor taste. Actually, well, let's do our little thing that I thought we could do, which is a bit of an iPhone app review. So my recommendation for this week, and I'm going to get back to the Bad Taste Christchurch, is this fabulous game called Text Twist 2. Oh, actually, I'm just being called. Texted by, I think, an audience member.
Oh.
Yes, well, it's just... I know my thing's running slowly. Anyway, I'll cut to the chase. There's an app you can get called New Zealand Quakes, and you can see where all the earthquakes are happening, which is exciting, because there's a lot of them.
There was
all
one
the
in
time.
Wellington recently.
I missed it. A lot of people...
I was standing at work and all the plates were kind of moving from the shelves, and it was a bit scary.
Oh, Vanessa, my darling friend, we went to finishing school together actually, so she remembers the incident when I got kicked out after I burnt down the chemistry lab. I'm going to call her. Aha!
Fantastic.
Are you
So we have two, you can have me and Vanessa.
That's right. This is since we can't have pussy cam, we can do this instead.
Hmm.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Are you well?
I am sorry, I have to mute you because we're out of sync.
Oh yeah, no, do. It's like when you called What Now. Please turn the volume of the television down.
Right, television's down, stepping away from the laptop.
Brilliant. So Vanessa and I were at finishing school together, weren't we, darling?
Absolutely.
It was great, and I was telling Vanessa last week about when I got kicked out after I burnt down the chemistry lab and I was trying to peroxide my hair that one time, and I lit a cigarette. Wasn't that terrible?
I can hardly hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, that's good. This is good. So good, yeah. Oh.
Of course,
So you
when
got
she
my
hears you,
even
we
though
can't.
I just said it's not
Oh, that's
polite to be texting while streaming.
I wasn't texting. I was looking up an application for my what is it called?
iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone application review. Epone in the Māori
Epone.
language.
Oh,
Epone.
so.
Just like the ute, which my sister just bought a ute.
The Ute.
I said to her, girl, you can take you out of Ngaruakia, you can make you into advertising and lattes, but at the end of the day, you just went and bought a ute.
Have I told you what I'm driving lately?
No, my darling, what are you driving?
Now you have to understand that I need to fit in bikes and the St. Bernard.
Of course, of course.
I have a whānau wagon.
Oh,
whānau wagon. Does that
awesome.
have... what is there a brand name?
It's a Mazda MPV.
Oh.
Is it like a Land Walker?
It is, and you know what? I pimped it. I'm flying the Samoan flag.
Oh, you go, girl.
Oh. Brilliant. Is that in support of the Rugby World Cup?
Yes, I don't like rugby, and I'm as much as any other girl, but I'm really enjoying the flag waving. I like
Awesome.
the flag wave.
I think we should get a flag for the Mercedes.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. I get toots and waves and beats and that funny wave that only has one finger in it.
Oh, I get that wave all the time when I'm parking. And you wouldn't believe...
People have been really nice, especially the brown folks are also waving the same flag as me, but there was the funny odd wave that I just didn't understand.
Yeah, no, I've got this strange thing. People like to key the Merc, and it's oddly about the same height as the fence post outside my house. I can't imagine. It's such a strange coincidence.
I don't know, it's probably accidental though.
Yeah, well, see, the good thing about those old 70s Mercs is that, I mean, I could basically peel the side of a Mazda off like a can of sardines, and there's
Did
just...
not notice.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god, I thought of you the other day. I saw a little old lady driving a Starlet.
Oh, brilliant. That's wonderful.
Lol.
Little old
Starlet,
lady.
Starlets were good cards. Remember Rebecca Gibney used to advertise on TV before she was famous.
I looked up the safety rating of the Starlet because after the divorce I had to downgrade from the Alpha 155 and got a Toyota Starlet. After the divorce I downgraded from the Alpha 155 and got a Toyota Starlet. It was deadly. It had plastic inside-y parts and I had to touch them and it hurt. I don't like to think about it actually, it was horrible. And then, oh look, other people seem to remember it as well. Okay, there may have been 2 Starlets in my life. There may have, after I got kicked out of finishing school, I also made...
navy blue one and yellow one.
That's right, there were 2 Starlets in my life.
Brilliant.
And I looked up the safety rating of them, and they were just on the chart, just above a lunchbox.
Well, I'm not one of those drones. I'm now driving a people mover.
That's brilliant. Jack, of course, is driving a...
Well, all sorts of cars, really. I've got a Renault Megane, usually. But, of course, you and I had a lovely time with the BMW
You can't really
650
make fun of me
Cabriolet.
my people mover, though, when I'm flying a farmwood bag and I've got a St. Bernard in the boot.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't have a dog. I'd like one, but...
With me, I dare you.
So, yeah, no, Jack and I took this really wonderful BMW, this year's convertible coupe something.
What can't hear you again?
Oh no, it's terrible. This is terrible. We need to do something about this this volume thing. But anyway, Jack, you were and we went for a drive in the BMW.
Yeah, we did find out there was enough headroom for your beehive hairdo.
There was actually that was the thing because my friend's got a Jag and I get into it and it's like oof, and it just sits on my head like this and it's bad. And like your car, it's a Jag and it's very nice and it's from the 60s and it's beautiful, but it's really, really, really doing a number to my dog. But the Germans build cars for drag queens.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
How
So there's
considerate.
sufficient room. So there's if you're over 6 foot between the beehive, then there's perfect room for them.
Yes.
I had to go and solve my husband's inbox problem with the stupid Microsoft program. The problem is using Microsoft. Anywho, you can fix it.
That was lovely talking. We might see you back next week.
I will be.
Ha hurrah!
Channel.
Okay, te anō. Yeah, same time, same bat channel.
Excellent. I'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was fun. Oh my god.
Hooray.
Yeah, Vanessa and I were so naughty at school together.
Oh.
We were bad girls. Vanessa taught me, actually, because she taught me a smoking thing. Because I was ashing my cigarette like that. And she was like, no. If you're a lady, you must ash your cigarette like that.
I thought it was
Oh, I
more of a
see.
manly thing to do it that way than... I thought that was quite ladylike to take it with your
I
finger.
don't know. I was too scared to... did you hear her?
Yeah.
I was too scared. I was like, okay, Vanessa, you know best.
You do know it says live very soon on our subtitles.
Oh, god damn it, I always forget to do that ticker. Well, let me just update the ticker. Oh, so much. I actually need an operator, I've decided. I'm going to try and get my friend Aaron to do it.
They might need to train Conrad to do this part.
Yeah, no, he's hopeless.
Yeah. But anyway, I watched this 2.5 Men yesterday.
Oh, yes.
It's actually not that bad. I know a lot of the Charlie Sheen fans who are winning are saying horrible things about it. You know, Ashton Kutcher only sort of comes in after, I think, about 10 minutes after a third of the episodes are on. He's okay. He's actually not that bad. There are 2 nude scenes with Ashton and
Ooh.
so I thought that might pique the interest.
That's
There's a very good nude scene with him in 40 Days and 40 Nights.
I never saw that. Is that the one where he has to not have sex for 40 days? Is that film?
That's the one.
Right. Is it Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, I'm quite sure it is.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember. They all seem to blend into one, all these young
Right.
stars.
There's also a scene where all the girls walk around, and that's makes for quite. We had one of those days at the cafe today, but it doesn't work so well with the retirees.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 I just remember as Michael Kelso really, and the guy in the Butterfly Effect, which
Right.
actually
Yeah.
is a really good film.
Yeah. Yeah. It really
very
is.
good performance. But just to answer the questions, how they work Ashton Kutcher in. Well, Charlie Sheen, as you probably heard, they've killed off Charlie Harper. So the show opens with the funeral of Charlie Harper.
Ah.
And Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9, is actually the audience. She's actually one of the people sitting there making sure that Charlie Sheen is dead. Ashton is a young man who is by the beach and he's trying to commit suicide. and Alan lets him in, and that's actually how the two of them meet.
Right.
So he's not a relative. And this is a two-parter, so we don't actually find out how Ashton winds up living there. All I can tell you, ladies, is that there are 2 nude scenes of Ashton Kutcher. His bits are, I'm afraid, blurred out.
Oh, but really nude.
But really
You
no.
can't
Wow.
see it, but in the show, it is intimated that he is a shower,
Not a grower. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
So, but the best scene is at the end when naked Ashton hugs John Cryer. It's actually quite a funny scene. So, 2.5 Men returning to our screens, I think, early next year in New Zealand, with no more Charlie Sheen, but very good cast, and everyone seems to be back. Everyone else seems to be back.
Huzzah! Including Crazy Rich Mum or something.
Crazy Rich Mum is in there. Holland Taylor is back as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed
So
that.
the other thing too that we maybe should
That's
commemorate on September 19
Yeah.
is Adam West's birthday. It is the birthday of Mayor Adam West of Quahog, aka Batman.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's the birthday of David McKellen, the man from U.N.C.L.E.
Mm.
And it is also the 41st anniversary of the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
I'm gonna make it after all. I need a hat to throw.
Oh, I don't have one.
No, we don't have one. Oh, there's one on the fire alarm.
Is there one?
Oh, there's 2. Do I need to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a hat to throw.
Melanie Vince is wonderful, isn't she? She's from Palmerston North, like Madge from the Dame Edna Show.
So this is my Madonna hat. If I want to do
goody.
music, makes it people come together. Dinner, dinner, dinner. And then now I'm Mary Tyler Moore.
How will you make it on your own?
Just like that.
Yeah.
Except mine didn't freeze mid-air, it just fell.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever spotted the lady who's scowling at Mary Tyler Moore where she throws her hat?
No, but I'll check it out later. It was probably me.
Sitting in the audience.
There's a lady in the corner of the screen and she's scowling at her when she runs out into the street throwing a beret.
Probably because Mary Tyler Moore dated every man in New York.
Yeah, well, in Minneapolis actually, I worked out over 168 episodes. She had
168
probably dated 10% of the
boyfriends.
eligible male population in Minneapolis.
I was in Minneapolis and not New
So
York.
you're going to make it after all.
You can't
Say
do that in
again.
New
She certainly
Zealand.
got around.
Yeah,
Love
nice.
is all around, and so is Mary
A
Richards.
few miles on the clock. Not as bad as Prince Charles though.
No.
So we've ordered some pizza and that might show up soon. That'll be nice. And
So will Pizza Man come in from hell?
we're going to invite him into the studio. And we're getting fortune cookies as well.
Yeah, we are too.
Because those fortune cookies are
They're
hilarious.
awesome.
And La and Xena might be coming as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we're going to have quite a packed show. A lot of special guests tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of...
Oh,
Yeah,
speak
here
of
we
the
go.
devil.
That's one or the other.
While someone goes and gets them, maybe we should ask Josie Bell, because Josie Bell has just told us that Oprah is her topic of her mastermind. So maybe we should start with why is Oprah's name misspelled? There's an interesting one. There's a conundrum. Because of course her parents, her mother didn't expect to be called Oprah. She expected to be called something else.
Right.
What was the original name?
Ah, what was Oprah's original name?
Oprah Winfrey's original name. Yeah.
Damn
Ah,
it, it was terrifying.
I did
She has
not know.
Oprah on the birth certificate, but her family intended to be called something else.
Right.
No.
So, Oprah is probably the world's most famous typo.
Right.
And backwards it's half-ho, and that's what she calls her production company.
Oh, brilliant.
So we've got
Of course
some...
she does.
Probably shouldn't hold this up like that, actually. But now we've got pizza with cheese that's run all the way to one side.
Yeah.
And these, the fortune cookies.
Yay!
Yay! Who wants their fortune read
Oh,
from the
yeah.
cookies? And because this is the mystical nylon. Oh, and we need
Where's the pheromone?
we need the theremin as well to do. We're gonna eat your cookies and do your fortunes.
Yeah.
Now, Joseph, the answer to that question was Oprah, O-P-A-R-H. That she was a biblical character. That was originally the name for Oprah Winfrey, for this baby had come to the Winfrey family, and it was misspelled, and therefore she is now Oprah. It's the
Brilliant.
world's most famous typo.
I heard of this girl. She had a La name, like Chlaquisha, and her name was La Dasha. but it was spelled LA-A. La Dasha.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and all of these white women got their knickers in a twist, and I was like, what's wrong? You don't like someone else having a play with your language?
Yeah, right.
La Dasha.
La
It
Dasha.
works. It works.
Totally
I wish I was
works.
called La Dasha. I could be called La Apostrophe A.
Oh.
La Yena.
If you have a dollar sign in your name, it makes it a sh sound.
La Dollar.
Yeah.
Dollar A.
Dash or a hyphen.
Yeah.
Should be called La Dollar.
La
Oh,
Dollar.
well, I'm going to talk to
It should
people.
be la hyphen.
Yeah, what we say, La M dash. That's quite
Yeah,
good.
la M dash or N dash, because you have to distinguish them in typography.
I'm La M Dasher.
La M dasher.
Oh, I guess
That
that's
sounds
how
like
Mr.
good.
Dasher
That's
got
sort
his
of
name.
That's what you could call someone if they live near LEG.
Haha. So I was outside.
Dasher, I'm gonna really help up my massive out there, my posse.
I was outside a meeting the other day, and a woman came out and had a big complaint because it was smoking. So I went like this. Sorry, didn't I, Quarantine?
You did indeed.
Now, who was the first to want a reading? I think Josie Bell.
Josie Bell was okay. The very mystical packing.
Well
tape.
packaged.
God damn it! Actually, this is packaged like Korean goods.
Oh.
Because I'm taking the mystical tape off, the mystical brown paper bag.
This is how they do it in Korea with the Korean cars as well, because all the cars come with paper bags.
That's not a fortune
They're not
cookie.
fortune cookies.
Oh,
That's
they get the order wrong.
yeah.
I totally ordered fortune cookies.
Oh, girl, we got a customer situation going on.
Girl, you know how they deal with that though. We'll just send you all vouchers.
Yeah,
No, your voucher
fucking
failed.
vouchers. They sent me 3 vouchers, all for the store that I don't order from.
Oh, that was such a letdown.
Oh.
You know somebody's going to get fortune cookies and go, oh.
I want to call them. I want to
Oh.
call
This
them.
is a live hell pizza mess up.
Dilemma.
Oh, girl, sort your brand out, Hell Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the mystical mousse. It's a
Yeah.
fortune
That's
fudge.
what you fudge, exactly.
Trouble is, like-
Josie Bell like that.
Oh, did you put in an email address to send the confirmation?
I logged in as you said.
Oh, I'm going to check my email and see what the confirmation says, and if
Oh,
otherwise,
yeah.
I'm going to call. People,
Yeah.
you always
Ooh,
call.
girl.
Always call if there's an error. Where's my thing? I'm so thing.
Because
thing.
now 5 people watching this know about it.
Yeah, right?
So that's
I'm checking my.
Or it'll be really embarrassing and I
because
would
it's on the
have
internet,
been
actually, it's 8 million people.
We'll find out.
Yeah, right.
Here's my details.
Nessie Lou does suggest that you should check if there's a fortune inside the
Girl,
Mm,
we totally ordered fortune cookies.
I'm calling.
Let's call them. Go for it.
I'm calling.
Live.
Yes. Live.
Good evening, Mr. Hellbong.
Hi, Hal. My name's LaQuisha. We just made an order, and we ordered some fortune cookies, but what we got was...
Sorry, mate, I can't hear.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Okay, great. We ordered some fortune cookies, but we got a fudge instead. Could we get our fortune cookies, please?
You got a what instead, sorry?
We got a fudge or something. I don't know. It's some brown thing in a plastic thing.
Oh, right. Where were you, mate?
Aurora Terrace.
You got a brown thing instead.
Yeah, it's like a mousse or something. I don't know. It's got berries in it. I don't know. It's not fortune cookies. But we haven't eaten any of it. Like, we... Oh, that'd be great. We need our fortune cookies because we need to know what's going to happen. Otherwise, we won't know.
I just told you I'd send them back up with your fortune cookies.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
No worries, mate. See you soon.
Okay, bye. Oh, girl.
Oh! We're getting our fortune cookies, don't you worry.
Oh, he was getting a bit snippy. He didn't
Oh.
for me to tell him that we needed them.
Yeah, no.
We needed them.
I just told you I'm calling and they're coming back.
You know, the main reason is that they charge a $7 delivery fee. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, get it right.
They do. And he kept calling me mate for some reason.
Mate, he was very hetero.
Who calls a lady mate?
I don't know. My voice isn't
That
that deep.
terrified delivery man's going to have to come back and face you. Brilliant.
Don't send me the thing when I need the other thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the delivery man.
I
now.
don't.
No,
No,
not at
because
all.
it's let's
Not
forget
at all.
about let's forget about whoever owns this business, right? So they've, it's just a business decision.
Actually, the man who owns this business is
We're not
the
getting into
son.
libel.
We're not
No,
using
no,
names. We're not
okay.
using names. He is the son of this terrifying woman I know who used to go to my church.
Interesting. Very
Church.
interesting.
We need to
Yeah.
do that
Yeah,
thing with
says it all,
soft
doesn't
drinks.
Yeah. Oh, we
Some
totally
people
do.
think they're Christian just because they go to church.
Do you want some pizza, Corentin?
Well,
Sorry.
most of them really they are, aren't they? Because it's kind of what it's all. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah, but you should be a Christian all the time, and it's only in that we should.
Oh, this
Oh.
is some good-looking
Oh, good.
pizza.
But
Help yourself.
it's interesting because we've now heard a service call
Yeah,
with Hal live.
yeah. Could you guys hear his end of it? I don't really know how the volume is.
No, go for it, because while you're chewing, I can always talk,
Mm.
which should be quite an interesting experiment. The other show, of course, that debuted on September 19 was the Paradise Club, starring Leslie Grantham and Don Henderson, which no one seems to remember.
I don't remember.
I still think it was one of the best shows to come out of Great Britain, but it's about two brothers who, one is a gangster, one's a priest. And they
This
have to
sounds
run
like
a
my
nightclub together
family.
after their paradise.
Is this? This does sound like. Can we talk about? No, we can't really talk about your family on here, can we?
Oh, is it
No.
like your family, Corentin? Okay.
You
well,
started.
My brother's a gangster, and I was always the good Christian kid.
Oh, okay. Well, there we are. It was just exactly the same as that, except dramatised into a weekly British series where the two brothers did good things to help people. But the priest would do it the legitimate way, and the gangster brother would do it the illegitimate way. But they both arrived at the same result, which is to help people.
Oh.
So
Oh.
they were good people because they didn't sell drugs or anything. They just ran protection rackets. So they were nice gangsters.
It's sounding less and less like my family.
They weren't those narco gangsters. So, but Nessie is just saying Ladesh, Keisha, you look so much like your mum sometimes.
No, it's terrible.
There's a grand story about your mum, wasn't it? After
That's
your father was
terrifying.
washed overboard.
Oh yeah, no, my mother. I'm sure. It's a funny story. So, Mum was pregnant with me, and they were leaving Britain for a new life in the colonies. And I don't know, Dad was playing quoits or something, and he fell overboard on the ship. I don't know. That night, Mum's like completely unperturbed, goes to a ball, pregnant, and gives birth to me on the floor of the ocean liner ballroom. How did she miss the contractions?
Oh, goodness.
I don't know, but
Maybe
yes.
if you drink
Never
enough.
wanted to miss a ball.
Yeah, no, she never could stand to miss a ball.
No.
I think I came into this world surrounded by the claps of the gay Gordons.
I think that's a great way to come into this world. If anything, a great way to get out.
Hmm.
Maybe that's my plan.
It certainly
the
beats sort of
clap.
being yanked out in a C-section, which is what happened to
The
me.
clap. Totally my plan.
Well, you know there's an anonymous clinic for that kind of thing. You don't have to die from that. It's not the 1800s.
How anonymous can it be?
So what sort of pizza did you get tonight? I mean, did they even get the right type of pizza?
Yeah, no, they did. We got a Moradora pizza,
Moradora.
which has got
What is Mordor?
all kinds of meat,
Oh, okay.
Venison, salami, and
chicken.
chicken.
That actually sounds very nice.
I love me some chicken.
Oh, and there's special smoked barbecue sauce. In
Yeah.
case they're going to get me for libel for this, they've actually got really good barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ness and I, that's right, we used to do the gay Gordons at finishing school.
Oh,
When we had
cute.
ballroom dancing lessons. But, because it was all girls.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
You had to dance with the other girls.
Yeah. They tried to do dancing lessons at our boys' school.
Did they get girls in?
I don't know, I didn't go. There was no point.
How did you not go to...
They never did for us, which is
We just
a
drank.
shame. Yeah, they should have teamed us up with the Queen Margaret girls at Scots College.
Really? Really?
No, they didn't. They should have.
But you guys, they never taught you ballroom dancing at school?
No, not at college. They did at primary school, but we were.
Oh no, it's terrible, Jack. I think you should go and get a fees refund off them. That's appalling.
Yeah, good old Scots College. Eh? Not
Look,
not
I'll
teachers, not
I'll call
Oh.
them for you. I will call them if you want.
I'm actually on quite good terms with the old alma mater, the old benevolent mother.
Well, that's good.
But it was a shame because we didn't, because you think, well, maybe they could team us up some Queen Margaret girls because that's our sister school and we could have danced a little bit there. But never mind, we didn't get a chance to do that. Oh well.
Do you know what?
I can trip the life fantastic now.
I'm going to give Hal a thank you card
Oh, brilliant.
because thank you for coming back up.
Yeah, he's gonna want that.
Yeah.
It'll not scare him as much.
Hal Pizza. Thank you for bringing our fortune cookies, she writes. Thank you. for bringing our fortune cookies.
Oh, that's very sweet.
XXX chlaquishaincreasingyourleisuretime.
Brilliant. Oh, you know they're going to frame it.
Yay! See, there we go. That's. I feel like I do I need a little gift in it, or no? I already paid the delivery fee. Whatever.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, cat sticker. Cat sticker.
Oh, cat
darling.
sticker. Cat sticker. Shall we have this one with a little bowl?
Yeah.
When you say
all the
cat,
duck.
do you mean that little black car in Knight Rider that used to very clever hassle?
Oh, this one. So we've got a little cat wearing a top hat.
Oh, cat. Sorry, I thought you said kit.
Cat.
Oh,
But
no,
cat
cat.
wasn't. Oh no, car was the evil one.
Car, yeah. I thought you meant. Oh, and there was William Cat, of course, on The Greatest American Hero.
Oh.
Lovely, very
that's
cat show
lovely.
from the early 80s.
There we go. Even though that they cocked up and didn't bring out important fortune cookies, my friend Jo here doesn't know what to do because she hasn't had her fortune done. This is serious business.
Goodness.
Yeah, get the caramel out in the meantime. Well, no, we should wait, shouldn't we? We should wait for the health pizza person to come by with the fortune cookies.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
so.
That's the best way to do it. No, I mean, these days I can trip the light fantastic because thank goodness I had a friend of mine who was a very staunch Christian, but he had a youth group. He participated in youth groups, so I used to get dragged along, and we had dancing lessons there.
You didn't.
Yeah, up in St. Luke's.
Did they say boys dance with the boys and girls
I
with the
just want
girls?
to know, when you were dancing,
No.
did you make sure that you left room for the Holy Spirit between you and your partner?
The Holy Spirit room?
No, we didn't.
Oh. What was this? Was this a Baptist church?
Baptists are real.
That was the idea of it.
Some are real loose, some are real full on. America, they're real tied up.
We're quite liberal, I suppose.
Right, yeah.
Back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh.
But I've kept in touch with my 7th form ball date, which is nothing. She's married now, which is very sweet. And yeah, kept in touch with a whole bunch. And Nessie never kept the Holy Spirit, between her and her partner when she was dancing.
No, actually, I don't know, can I repeat this?
So
no.
you're going to anyway. So
No, I can't. It's terrible.
But I mean, on a Christian theme, of course, the rapture's coming again, isn't it? Because that guy got the date wrong. And
Oh, really?
Gosh,
yeah,
I just can't wait for the rapture.
Yeah, I can't remember which day it was. It was October something, because my friend Elizabeth was in Florida.
I need to leave
has
room
been
for the Holy
thinking about
Spirit.
going somewhere for the rapture. And I said, well, come here, because we're going to get it first.
I want to take my clothes when I ascend to heaven, like the whole world. Because that's what happens, right?
Yeah, right. You get
People
to pick
go
what you take.
No, because I heard that people go to heaven naked and all you can tell is because their clothes get left behind.
Ah.
Is that right? Or did
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
see
no,
that on a cartoon?
was that off drawn together?
that may not be actually a true fact.
But yes, clothes may be left behind.
But when
I
I'm
don't see why
when I'm
people-
raptured to heaven, I'll be followed by my wardrobe. It'll just be me and then like first dolls coming up behind
brilliant.
me.
I guess they just won't
Ascending.
less, the clothes that come from chain factories.
I'm feeling the spirit. I'm feeling.
But they'll totally let the hippies take their clothes
I don't
out,
think it's the
right?
spirit. I think it's the pizza.
Either way. Oh, hello, darling.
I mean, Nessie
Like a
has
good
got
girl.
5 raptures. So have I, coincidentally. With all the dates that guy Harold.
Hooray, Lynx!
October
The funny
21st.
thing was the man's name was Harold Camping,
Oh, brilliant.
which is a name for a priest or a preacher. October 21 is the date that has been forecast.
Sorry, I've just done my snort laugh live on the air.
I
Don't worry,
I
Suzanne
haven't
Summers used to do it.
heard that off here.
It was so funny though. I
It was really
had
funny.
to snort laugh at what Jack was saying. It was hilarious.
Oh.
We got used to watching Suzanne Summers do it in Three's Company with Snort Laugh.
Oh, bring back Three's Company. Where is Hal with our fortune cookies?
I don't know, but they can't bring back Three's Company because John Rich is dead.
Oh, that was really sad in that show, that kind of comeback show he did with Kate Segal.
Yeah, Peggy Bundy.
Yeah, Peggy Bundy. My 10 simple rules for dating my something.
Yeah, eight simple rules for dating my teenage daughter.
Yeah, that one.
Right.
He was hilarious, and Peggy Bundy's hilarious.
Yeah, even the bimbo daughter was quite funny, wasn't she? Kaylee Kuko. I mean, if your name is Kaylee Kuko, I'm sorry, you have to go up and be a bimbo.
There's room for the Holy Spirit here, even though I've got my hand on the back of Hyman's chair.
Yeah.
Is there Holy Spirit?
What is
there?
that other type of special hug?
Oh, a Christian sideways hug.
Christian, let's do one.
Christian sideways hug.
Yay!
Because you're not allowed frontal hugs.
Yeah, so if you see your friend, you do a sideways hug.
Because everybody knows if you hug frontal, you get pregnant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One of those special hugs.
Yeah,
No,
and it
the
must be
joke
very
I said,
difficult,
Nessie, was that I said it's funny that the preacher's name was Harold Camping.
Just like the toilet guy's name was Mr. Who? No, what was
Crapper.
that? Crapper.
And the only reason we call it a crapper is because of his name.
Really?
So it's like my mother called it a Hoover. Because
Oh.
no.
Hoover.
No. She
What is
called
this?
the vacuum cleaner.
The vacuum,
Hoover.
vacuum
That's
cleaner.
my mother, Trisha. That is my mother.
I'm sorry.
Vacuum cleaners Hoovers, don't they?
Sorry?
A lot of people call vacuum cleaners
Yeah,
Hoovers.
especially the British. I think Mr. Hoover must have been British.
Or you could call it J. Edgar,
Or you could call your photocopier Xerox.
Xerox. What a lot of people do.
Or you could
I still do here as a Xerox. I
Oh,
don't think it meant. I sometimes still say photostat copy.
that's brilliant. Where was I the other day and I saw I had to fax something. It was just retarded. I know we've had this
My
talk
friend had
about
to
fax.
fix something.
Oh, you were telling me. Where do you find a
I found
fax?
today.
Did you have to fax something? Was it for a bank or
Today.
lawyer?
No, I had to fax an invitation. Well, there was an invitation to a party, but they sent the invitation, of course, in the post, like all proper, fancy party ones. And I had the option to either scan the little reply form and email it, or fax it. I thought actually faxing's quicker, right? Because if you scan it, then you put it in Photoshop, then you crop it, then you
Oh, and you fiddle with the levels and you touch it up and you get the
that's such a waste of time. I thought, yeah, bugger it, I have a fax machine. On which I
Right,
get
Carrington?
No, actually, here's something we should do. I'm going to name and shame the people who send me junk faxes, which are actually illegal in New Zealand.
Yeah,
under the
right.
Communications Act. Of course, I stopped the machine when I realised it's a junk fax. So all I can tell you is the first one says, reduce your consumable overheads, halve your expenses.
Except for your fax paper.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know who that's from. Anyway, Getaway Breaks and Resort Accommodation sends junk faxes. So do not use Getaway Breaks and Resort Accommodation. Do not use Vistaprint, who are sending faxes from Australia.
But Vistaprint are beautiful.
Do they send junk
Free
faxes?
business cards.
Yeah, but
They send junk faxes.
huh?
Do not buy from Stackett Storage Solutions,
Junk faxes.
who sends junk faxes. And there's another one from Vistaprint. There's an organisation called It's a Steal, and they just sell crap. Do not go with them. Do not go with Employment Law Training Limited, 2008 Limited, which
Oh,
sells
name and
law
shame,
training
girl. We're like
courses.
fair go or something like that.
So
I put
there we
another.
are. Those are the organisations that we need to name and shame for sending junk faxes. And you folks who send junk faxes should be ashamed of yourselves because you're using up my paper and my film.
Because there was that thing you could do back in the 80s where you got a paper and printed black on it or coloured it in, and then you made
That's
it.
right.
And that was
Send it back to them.
yeah, but you needed the old-fashioned kind of fax machines, not the flatbed ones, but the ones with the feed.
No.
And you made a long one, and it would just loop and continually send black
I
to
can
them.
still live with my I can live with my one. And you know
Ah.
what? With these companies, they're sending. I also should mention Honda down on Kent Terrace. They've been sending me junk faxes as well. So shame on Honda. As a Japanese company, they should be paying more reparations.
I'm really surprised as to how many people use faxes.
I don't know who's their target market.
I have
Fax
no idea,
owners.
because I see this stuff, and I make it a point not to buy from these people. What's that one in Petone, that Italian place that also has a restaurant on the terrace,
Oh.
which I actually quite like. But then they started sending me junk faxes, so I've stopped.
Really?
Huh.
I wish I could remember the
Is
name.
it La Bella Italia?
I'm thinking of someone. I'm thinking of Sopranos.
No, it's not Sopranos, so let's not shame the wrong place. I'm
No.
thinking it's La Bella Italia.
Sopranos is great. Yeah.
Where's
my pizza?
Where's
Where's my
pizza?
cookies?
Where's my cookies? Need my
It's
cookies.
time for another call. When did we at that last call? I suppose we'll know when we review the show.
Yeah.
Do you think we're allowed to know?
Just how long,
So we're
how long
hungry
it's
waiting.
taking.
I suppose he has to go back to the shop and do it. Is there still pizza? I'm hungry.
Yeah, the rest is all yours, darling.
I like to comfort eat.
I think keep going the pizza, and Quarantine and I can entertain the audience.
Most
tonight.
definitely.
Jack, will you sing us a song?
No.
Well, let's sing Once I Had a Secret Love. Oh, now, damn, the viewer numbers have just gone down because I started singing.
Oh no, we need to talk about pussy. Pussy. Sophie! Sophie, you bring our viewers. Oh, darling, she's sleeping. I will leave her. Oh. She's sleeping with her eyes open. She's very my soul again.
Became impatient to be free. It doesn't quite work through the box, though, does it? I think it sounds a little boxy.
Well, that's all the aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh, no, back up to 5 now. Someone mentioned pussy.
Fantastic.
Isn't that interesting?
It always works.
I discovered this website the other day called thisorthat.com.
Oh.
And you basically have your friends vote for this or that.
Ah.
So I put up one with a photo of Sophie in her polka dot. And we're going to do this on the show. Her polka dot outfit and in her stripy outfit. And I said, does my pussy look better in stripes or polka dots?
Oh, brilliant. I like that.
Yes.
And did you get one way or another? I mean, have people come back to you and said, well, she looks better with stripes?
Polka dots, it turns out. They thought that stripes made her look a bit fat.
That's very funny because stripes are very in. What you're wearing now, Lakeisha, you should see the stuff at London Fashion Week that's coming in right now. It is all stripes.
Brilliant.
And a lot of monochrome. A lot of black and white.
Oh, yeah.
But you are actually straight right on the money.
You know, I just have this fixation with the 60s. It's what it does.
Well, it's come back, whatever it is. It actually has come back for the spring-summer 2012 season.
Oh, yes. What else is in the spring-summer 2012?
Well,
Stripes,
there's a lot of
monochromes.
paneling as well. There's a lot of paneling. There's a lot of sheer fabrics. But the one thing that has really struck me is the stripes. So stripes are the way to go, whether you're one of these up-and-coming designers, whether you're established, like Jasper Conrad. Stripes seem to be everywhere this season in London.
When's Lycra coming back?
Well, yeah, Lycra. I haven't actually seen Lycra mentioned at all in the media for ages. So I can't answer that. I'd like to see it come back. And these things are cyclical, so I suppose it will come back in a couple of seasons' time.
This is very true. I do
Maybe
hope
you've
so.
just started Lycra coming back. Because all it sometimes takes is mention. And people go, yeah, we haven't done that for
Start
a
up
while.
some
Let's do
Lycra.
that again.
Oh, yeah.
So, but Nestinu loves stripes as well. So if you've got stripy things in the closet, then get them out.
Brilliant.
Nestinu doesn't believe that there should be Lycra because if there is a God in heaven, then never again with the Lycra.
Yeah. Remember in the 90s and there were all of those like bike shorts were really hot and all those
Bike
like
shorts.
MC Hammer videos and everything and Salt and Pepper videos and everyone wearing bike shorts and kind of a baggy, colourful t-shirt.
Love
I remember
it.
that, yeah. I used to dress like that because I was very hip. You're quite right too, Josabel. There's a lot of florals that I'm afraid, heaps of florals will come back as well. They're not too much florals. There's a lot of like plant prints.
Yeah, Laquisha, you're so spot on.
Oh, look, I've got a big floral on me.
Girl.
So are they chintzy florals or big kind of like Laura?
They're oversized, like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Right, awesome.
So again, spot on.
Kind of Mary.
Spot on, girl.
Yeah, I always think Mary Quant.
And cardigans always nice.
Cardigans are lovely.
This is quite a lovely
Between
cardigan.
that and a poncho, I think this was a very fashionable show.
That's the poncho. We're gonna have a sacrificial burning later. I should warn the neighbours. Shut your. You thought the smell of the deep fryer was bad. You might want to shut your windows.
Are you going to burn the pussy stickers with it?
No,
they'll be saved.
No. Actually, we could. I don't know. Do that thing like when you like mount a. Oh my god. Keep them entertained, Quarantine. I've got a craft project happening.
Oh goodness, she's out on her crazy prowl.
Okay, well, let's get them entertained. And now I've shouted from the highest hill.
What is she doing? Everyone's asking, what is she doing?
Girl, we could make a scarecrow for the All Blacks.
So basically, you just put a broom through it like this.
It just looks like you're taking the rubbish out.
And then
Are you
it's
actually
like...
making a scarecrow?
No, it's like, it's kind of, and you can hang it, and it's like a really elegant, like a kimono.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we could just...
It's Wurzel Gummidge himself.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that great?
I want that in my house.
Ooh.
Oh no, not the All Blacks.
I'm going to hurt myself, aren't I?
Please don't, darling.
We just hang this up here.
Oh, are you sure?
No,
Would you
I'm
like
going to
help?
stop it now. No,
Okay.
this is folly.
I'm not allowed to
Folly.
help
We're
you
just going to
with
put
this.
it...
In the background.
Here we go. It's lovely. Isn't
Oh.
it lovely?
Goodness, it looks like the Grim Reaper got ran over by a bulldozer.
There we go. There's my or you could use it as curtain, a curtain,
Oh, brilliant.
and or a
You
shower
could also,
curtain,
yeah, you could use it to, not get the floors wet.
or yeah, or you could do what we're going to do later and take that back and set it on fire.
yeah.
The Burning Man.
Oh, yeah, the Burning Man.
Brilliant.
Great festival. I'd love to go there.
Oh, they're talking about GHDs on the show.
GHDs.
Yeah. Did you ever go with one of those?
Yeah, I did actually. I'm a hairdresser who's such a fantastic hairdresser. I love him to bits. He got the mini GHDs out on me, and they were like tiny.
Can I?
Girl, if you mess it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
touching it. I just want to see how long it's got.
Oh, really long.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You've got lovely
Mini
hair.
ones.
Huh.
They're like this big, and
I-
they're like straight in little curls, which is ironic.
My Korean sister-in-law had these crazy hair straighteners, and they were like hair straighteners crossed with a steam iron.
Yes, no, they've got those too.
Huh.
Yeah, or curlers crossed with an iron.
Here's a hint: don't use it on synthetics. I burnt my head.
Girl, don't use them at all. You'll still burn your head. Oh, goodness.
GHDs are wonderful because it's just 12 inches of goodness, really, isn't it?
No, I prefer my hair from the factory.
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking with someone today about someone had the glues.
I'll just leave it. It doesn't matter.
It's a problem with vintage goods.
Where are they? Fortune cookies. I'm so upset.
I know, because we're sort of waiting for them, because they're kind of thrown the show structure slightly out of kilter, because we normally do reading now.
We've got pipes, but we tried smoking with them and they were gross.
They're disgusting.
I'm not.
What should put in there?
Fortune cookies.
Yay!
There you
It's
go.
our fortune cookies. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, goody. Okay, don't forget the card, and we'll keep entertaining.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now I'm shouting. Oh, Doris Day's some money now, don't I, for singing that goddamn song?
Oh goodness, yeah, we have to be careful with the copyrights.
Yeah.
You have to write some originals.
I just owe Doris Day money.
I love Doris Day.
We got our fortune cookies.
Yay!
Hooray!
Where did the mystical thing go?
Where's your?
Oh my god, where is it? Oh, there it is, there it is. The mystical.
Oh,
The mystical.
that's not mine.
There we go, okay,
That
okay,
is
okay.
mine.
Okay, we're good. Because we're going to do Josie's fortune cookie now.
Let's see if I remember it.
Well done. Oh, now you know my
Pun.
pun.
Now I know that it's your pun.
Right, it's not much. It's
Oh.
not for any cards. I'm not that silly. It's an audio. Or you could just go double tap. Double tap. There we go. Okay, Josie Bella, this is for you. Here comes the mystical. Oh yes, I'm getting it. I'm removing the mystical sellotape. And I've got the mystical fortune cookie. Oh yes, I'm feeling something. I probably shouldn't have eaten all of that pizza. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And here's your fortune. There's cookies everywhere. Cookies everywhere. Ah!
Oh goodness.
Oh well, if it
That
was,
just happened.
how do I? It's like stuck. Damn it. Okay, we've got it. Got mystical.
Fantastic.
Josie Bell, and you're. Oh, it says you are skeptical and dismissive. Did I warn you that these are a very special kind of fortune cookies?
What a
There goes-
letdown.
Yeah, you are skeptical and dismissive.
Can we feed them like on the movies?
Yeah, eat them. I can't. You like them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all yours. Okay, who else wants mystical fortune
Well, I
cookies?
guess if Nessie moves them, maybe we should do hers.
Yeah, okay, Nessie, no, this is for you. Mystical fortune cookies. Do you wanna?
I'm sorry. I'll do it in action.
Oh, Facebook
That just
notification.
happened. Awesome.
Okay, Ness, here we go. Oh, they're quiet. Can you hold your hand out so I can do this? And then you can just eat those.
Sure.
There we go.
I can read so many.
Ness, you have recently received a fortune cookie.
But not soon enough.
It's very meta.
Oh my goodness. Hey, shall we do Jack? Jack, would you like?
Jack, you totally need.
There, we got the value
God,
pack.
these are like eating sand now.
Yeah, we've had enough of those. Do the thing, do the thing.
Oh.
Let me get the sparrow.
Probably says I owe Doris a day like $1,000.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
It's a long one. Oh, we had that one last
Is it that bad?
It's kind of gender inappropriate. Your boyfriend promised that movie was just for him. He lied.
Okay. Right.
Are these yummy?
That's very
time.
interesting.
They're not yummy.
Sandpaper.
That's a strange one, because actually no one's seen the movie.
No,
Oh,
these are a bit yuck.
yeah.
I mean, they're not stale or anything. It's just they could do with like a lot more sugar.
Mm.
But that just could be my Occidental palate, my treacherous Occidental palate at play. I was talking to my Korean sister-in-law and she was freaking out about how sweet our food is over here. And then I said, oh girl, wait till Christmas time and I'll give you a pav. We have this special kind of cake and it's made of sugar. She's like, and flour? No. And butter? No. And eggs? Well, just the whites. And sugar. And we have that with cream. And that's why New Zealand girls are so big and strong.
Oh.
They're very well built.
You know, I never heard of sugar rush till I came to New Zealand, actually.
Huh.
It's not a French concept, is it?
Well-
I don't even think there's a word in French for sugar rush.
No, there isn't.
Do you know how to immediately become a peasant? You just put this on. Now you look like you're from the Ukraine.
I'm a strong, independent working woman.
That's so... You mean Workers' Party woman?
Whatever.
That's where Chernobyl is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. A good bit of the radiation went on Belarus as well and some of Europe.
So I watched my brother do this a million times, and all you gangsters out there need to know about it.
We're having gangster home hints now.
Here we go. Gangster home hints, straight from my brother. What you do when you're tying your bandana up to go to a party. I don't know whose purple this is. Or if you're just going to the shops.
Uh-huh.
So you whirl it around a few times, right? And make sure that all the sides, that it doesn't bunch up like it just did. So just kind of, yeah, here we go. And the little pointy bit needs to face outwards. Now, you put it around your mouth like this, and you tie it. And when you tie it, you must make sure that it ties up tightly when it's around your mouth, as so.
Oh my... Oh...
And then you just tuck it down, and you're a gangster.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how.
And when the popos
gangsters
come, you
do
just
it.
wear it up.
Yeah, you just wear it up.
Yeah.
Or when you go buy ice cream but have no money, you just wear it up. So there you go, gangster home hints.
Well, that was great.
Interesting.
We should
Very
get more...
interesting.
That's, I don't know how that would look on me.
You try. You go, girl.
It's about how you need to put the cigarette down.
Give me all your mascara. All of the mascara, bitch.
And the powder.
Oh, actually, we have to say
Oh.
R.I.P. Did I get it out? I had a really sad... Did I bring it up?
No.
No, I didn't. Well, I ran out of white eyeshadow today, which was really sad. It always amazes me when I run out of lighter fluid, because they never last that long. And also eyeshadow, I never seem to... But
And
anyway,
pen ink.
pen ink. Things that never run out, except
Things
that it
that...
did.
Oh, and... This sounds really stupid, but my dad told me I had to refill the... I'm not good with cars. The stuff that washes your windows. Turns out you have to fill it up, which is fine. And
Yes.
I kind of just asked, well, how does the horn never run out? How does the horn never run out?
Well, the horn is just hydraulic. It's just.
Oh, there's
air.
no compressed air, no whatsoever.
It doesn't ever run out. It's powered.
Oh,
It
boring.
forces air through a horn, literally through a horn.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to find out where you could buy the cans for it.
Damn it.
No, there is no. Yeah, there are no cans, but you
Damn.
can get washer fluid, of course.
Yeah, that's what I had to buy.
Yeah, no, I don't. So, here's a shout out to the new Z petrol stations. I'm sure I've said this before, but they're committed. Yeah, it's a terrible name, but they will, between the hours of like 9:30 and 4:30, promise to that you don't have to touch your car at all and they'll do everything.
Not only that,
Which
but
is
they've
lovely,
got
actually.
Coke that you take a sip out of, put the lid back on, turn it upside down, and it becomes frozen Coke.
What?
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
We need to get some for the show.
Yeah.
I need to make a list of things to get for the show. So far we've got cat clothes, frozen Coke, and that's all.
And the cans that come for the horns in your car.
Apparently they're not air horns like that.
Oh,
Ah.
boring.
Ah.
Mm.
I use the horn more than I use my indicators. Actually, often I use my horn instead of the indicators.
You live in Wellington. That's when you know.
You did almost see an accident the other day.
Twice. Yeah.
And someone like skidded off onto the grass.
It was like between a gangster car and this hippie caravan.
Huh.
Yeah, and they were everyone was 2 lanes, 3 cars merging into one, not working out. Yeah.
Gangster car ended up on the grass.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the caravan car, and without indicating, tried to merge in and just push the gangster car off. Which is fun, because the gangster car tried to cut me off earlier on.
Unless he's been the calm voice of reason, it's just like... It's just like finishing school all over again. Yes, perhaps if I used my indicators I wouldn't need my horn. Well, yes.
This is true.
But I like it. It makes pop pop. It's good. It's pop pop pop.
It's cute. That's the problem with my car. I don't know if any of you have seen my car. It's the little orange thing that runs around town 24/7. And it's really... It's cute. It's probably the best way to describe it. But when someone, runs out in front of you or whatever, and you try and do this angry beep at them, all you get is this beep beep. And no one thinks you're angry at them. It's quite disappointing.
Yeah, you need an angry sounding horn.
Maybe I can get a different air horn can.
There have been a lot of police out in town. I don't know why I'm segueing to that. But it must be because of the World Cup. But town's not very busy, actually.
No, it really isn't.
I managed to get a parking quite easily today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
right. I got a park right outside the hairdressers.
Oh,
That never
Miriam
happens.
Street. Woo! Oh, yeah, girl.
No, it's actually not as busy as I thought.
No, well, I thought I'd have to stay home and not go to the opera at all, but I was fine downtown in the evenings.
Yeah, but it could get a little busy this week, I'd imagine, with Scotland versus Argentina, I think.
Yeah.
So I was going to...
That one's a bit more of a grudge match, isn't it?
I was going to go and see that game just because I'm in love with the Scottish rugby team, but then I found out how much the ticket prices were and I changed my mind. I'm sorry, John Barclay, you'll just have to do it without me in the stalls. Stalls?
Stalls?
What do you call it? Those seats?
They are stalls, yeah.
Stalls, yeah, right.
Stalls.
Because John Barclay's lovely. Actually, let's have a photo of John Barclay.
Oh goodness, you've got a
Because
photo
I
of
was,
everything.
I wanted to go and give him a piece of my cake. I did. John Barclay. Yes, in the red t-shirt.
Girl, you have a picture of him.
Of course I've got a picture of him. I'm crazy.
Oh, darling.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh.
So if you're watching this, John, I'll wash your rugby shirts. Oh, dreamy. So dreamy. Anyway, he was at the cafe the other day. Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
We were trying to think of the collective noun for horses the other day at the club, actually, and we came up with a stable.
A stable of horses.
Which I don't think is right, but I learned
No.
2 new funny
Isn't
ones.
it a stampede of horses?
Ah.
So 2 funny ones are a pride of gays, which I thought was quite good, and a lick of lesbians.
A lick of lesbians. I like that
I
one.
love it.
Yeah, we thought it was good. We thought we were very funny outside the club, except for that other guy,
Which one, darling?
the Canadian one.
Yeah, the Canadian one.
Yeah, the people
It's-
you meet at the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting at first, and then I talked to him, and here's what he said. I was talking to him, and I was like, so where are you from, blah, blah, blah. Turns out he's from Canada, which...
Yes, Canada.
Yeah, Canada, which is
That's what
it's a
they
real
call it.
country. And he says to me, well, I said, oh, that's interesting, because we both speak French. And he says, oh, you're French? And I say, yeah. And he's like, it's funny, because I'm like the haute couture of France as a Canadian.
Did you hear that, people? The haute couture of France.
Of France. I thought it was hilarious.
Who are you, quarantine?
No. Canadian guy was posing himself as the haute couture of France.
Right.
Oh, according to Ness, it's a herd of horses.
Oh,
I
herd.
thought
It
was
is a herd. Oh, was that because of the horsey boys?
Horsey girls.
Horsey girls.
Nothing like being astride something big, muscular, and hairy.
Mm.
Check up, Beauty. Check up.
We could do this for
I
hours.
actually wanna-
We're on horses.
I feel like I'm being Mary Poppins.
Oh, we need an umbrella, but not inside.
Not inside.
I can do my horse one-handed.
Oh. Jealous. I can do my backwards.
I think I side saddle.
Oh,
I
goodness.
can't believe the cheers.
We're a bit weird.
You think?
Yeah.
So who else wants the fortune, or are those the only cookies?
No, we've got fortunes left.
We've got like 3 more
We've got
fortune
ample fortunes.
cookies.
Oh, we
Why
haven't
do
done
you
each
do it for each
other's.
other?
Oh, there we go.
Huh.
Darling, you do mine,
I'm going to do Torrington's.
and I will do yours after. Yeah, just whatever.
Oh my god, you could like put them on the ground and stamp on them.
Haha.
It's a bit of Roomba. I love my Roomba.
It is your
When we get
slave.
Pussy Cam going, we can show you Roomba.
I love how they do this though. It's brilliant.
That's cute. Mine's getting stuck.
Oh,
Come on.
give
These
me
Don't
guys are
resist
Richard.
me.
You should have learned that at Pony Club, that is a herd.
You're pulling that face. Okay.
Your friends secretly agree your head is the wrong size for your body.
Oh.
What about beavers? Is it a herd of beavers?
I think it's a lick of beavers.
A look at beavers.
I now see it's actually a colony of beavers. That's alright.
This-
That actually sounds better.
This one says, help, I'm being held prisoner at Hell's Bakery.
Speaking of
Okay.
the cookie,
Yeah,
aha,
that's
that was so worth that guy coming back
Actually,
for.
that's not their best work.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can recommend these cookies.
I understand herd is one of the correct terms in horses. I'm just looking at this now.
Oh.
The other terms are a team of horses and a stable of horses.
Oh, that's
Oh,
one.
so it can be a stable. I guess
Can
that's
be a
when they're
stable.
not walking.
Yeah, and if they're not
When they're
wild.
in their cages.
So we
You
do
went in
know
the pony
about
couple,
it.
you did.
I was in a pony club.
Were you?
No, I went horse riding once.
I
And
understand.
this really camp guy really liked me, and I was like, I like horses. And then, because he was, cute.
Mm.
And then he was like, oh, which one? And I was like, the one with legs on it.
I understand that you almost single-handedly destroyed the Tour de France one year.
Oh my
I did know that
goodness.
story.
Yeah, I really did.
He really did.
I
You heard it
really
here
did.
first. You remember?
Okay, I must stop eating for this. So, we lived in this beautiful little village in France. And this not be fiction, we had this about 3-story high cherry tree. And this cherry tree just grew ample amounts of cherries. And so we got ladders and collected ample amounts of cherries. And the Tour de France was running through the village this very afternoon, which was very exciting because we lived so far away from everything, and to know that, all these muscly, sexy-legged bikers were going to come past was quite an exciting event. And Mum was like, Corrington, you be the cherry boy. You just carry these cherries to all the people standing on the side of the street watching the Tour de France.
The cherry boy.
The cherry. Oh, gosh. Did that just... Oh, you heard it here first.
For a long time.
Right, so I was the cherry boy. Anyway, and I thought this is so unfair. Everybody on my side of the road's getting cherries. Maybe I should run across before the Tour de France gets here. Like, they hadn't come through yet. Everyone was just really excited. So I went across the road, got a little bit too excited, and tripped over and dropped about, as I said, an ample amount of cherries onto the street. A heap of cherries. Is that what they're called, or are they a stable of cherries?
A lick of cherries.
But all these cherries went flying everywhere onto the street, absolutely everywhere, darling. It was quite beautiful, actually, but dreadful.
Did you have a little
And
American Beauty moment?
I kind of yeah got up and was like, oh, and then cried a little bit and ran back to Mother, and we thought this would be fine until the bikes came, and what happens when people are on the Tour de France? The bikes, I don't know if you've seen the bikes. The tires are about the width of the nut of a cherry, probably the stone of a cherry, the nut of a cherry.
Stone, probably.
The stone of a cherry. And so all these bikers came through, and there were kind of the wobbles going on everybody's bikes. And I think a couple did fall over, actually, which was I feel a little bit guilty about. But yeah, and that was just the excitement that everyone was kind of going through, and the bikers all slowed down and were like, oh, cherries all over the... Who dropped the fucking cherries? It's that cherry boy.
The German one would have been like, why are there the cherries all over the road? Oh, I hate France. They are so inefficient and filthy. This would never happen in Germany. We would have the concrete, the laser smooth road.
Well, Josie does realize that is what is called a cherry bomb.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, so you almost stopped the Tour de France. That's actually quite an achievement. What year was Lance Armstrong in this at this point?
Right, honey, help me with my maths. I was about 8, which is 10, like 10 years ago. So it was in 2001/2002.
Right, so it could have been around. Yeah, I was in France those years as well over the summer.
Oh, brilliant. Did you see any cherries on the road? Sorry?
New York in 01. In 02, I was definitely travelling around France. Had a whale of a time.
Oh. Nessie Noo's just saying she's off. Bye,
Oh,
Bye,
yeah.
Nessie No.
Thanks for joining us. Come back next week and we can tell more about finishing school stories.
Hooray.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
I was trying to do, because in Rainbow, you know, when Rainbow was signed off, you always said goodbye. I think it was the bear, wasn't it? Not Zippy or George.
I think it was the pink... No, yeah, it was the bear. Yeah, the bear.
George.
Yeah.
George was gay, right?
They were all gay on that show, Jack. All of them. It was called Rainbow. Actually, there was some really funny
I've got the
YouTube clips.
of pair of maracas, and they were making the twangers.
That's the one. We should link to that. That's hilarious.
We should.
I'm a
The
horse.
twangers thing, although it's been rumoured that actually it didn't. There was a gag that was made specifically for the ITV Christmas party.
Yeah.
In 1978.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I haven't been keeping the link of this week because I can't find it. Yeah, Skype. I can now. Skype seems to change every time I log into it.
Oh, Skype 5 was such an abomination. I downgraded, regressed. Oh no, the Hell's Pizza stuff's everywhere.
I think you'll get Conrad to tidy up tomorrow.
Oh no, the domestic's coming tomorrow, it'll be fine. She's good. She put the tarot cards back in the box, actually. Lord knows I never do. How does this work?
Lots of rainbow and twangers. But yeah, George always sort of talked very quite effeminately as well. Not little gay men do, but...
Was George the pink hippopotamus?
George was the pink... It was the hippopotamus. I thought it was a horse. But it was
pink. Yeah.
And he always
Animal.
talked like this. I have a funny little... I have a little red twanger.
That's a nice twanger. Although I can't do the voices. The only voice I can do is a really bad racist German accent.
I thought that was very good what you did there for the Tour de France racist German cyclist.
Oh! This is terrible. Why is this... Oh! These people are animals.
Now, anyway, for the viewers, I'm putting into the chat room now.
Brilliant.
Twangers.
Where's Sarah? I don't think Lara and Zena are coming.
There we are.
Okay, so good news, everyone. I didn't give this other thing that we didn't pay for back, so we're getting a little something for free for our trouble.
Hooray!
Yay!
What was it? What was it?
What is it, like cherry pie?
It
or
looks
something?
like cherry chocolate.
Oh, is it tiramisu?
I don't know.
Well, you know how sometimes they...
Let's both do the trials.
We're just going to try this now and give you our verdict on this.
Very nice.
Not very good. Those are real cherries.
Yeah, they're real cherries.
That's a
So
shame.
cherries inside there. So there is a team of cherries.
A team of cherries and a... Oh, it's like chocolate mousse on top of...
Do you know what I
something
said to
at
the
the bottom.
delivery man when you guys couldn't hear me?
No.
I gave him his little card and I said thank you, and I said, you tell that guy back at the shop on the phone that he's a dick. And he said, oh, I will. Delivery guy was really nice, phone guy not so great. That's delicious.
Girl.
Next time I have bad period pains, I'm going to order this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I may never order it.
Those look
Actually,
like
if I'm right, you're due in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I get my friend's period, psychically. It's really terrible. I get all stupid emotional over nothing. Like one time I was on the bus and we were going past the hospital and it was bad enough that I was on the bus. And then so I was on her P&T and I just looked at the hospital and I thought, hospitals, that's a place where people like look after other people. Like the whole reason for a hospital is we want to look after each other. God, it's beautiful. So beautiful. And that is what happens when I go on my friend's PMT.
psychic links are quite awful things, though, aren't they?
Oh, and she's in Nelson as well. I feel like the distance should preserve us. But I tell you what, the other day I started to feel a bit funny, so I texted her and said, "Darling, are we due?" And she was like, "No." And then she was early. I always know.
Oh, honey.
Well,
She
Jessica wishes
Do
that
women
the
get
kids
so
sent it
much
to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Wow,
have
that's-
psychic links, but just sort of seemingly with the wrong type of people.
Apparently, that's not what happens to Josie Bella when she has the PMT. But she's had 9 blessed months free of it because she had the baby. Yay!
Right.
Let's hear it for babies.
Congrats.
Babies are cool.
I love
They're cute.
babies. Babies are awesome.
Of course, a lot of babies grow up to be human beings, which,
Yeah, that's what's
That's
disappointing.
unfortunate.
yeah, kind of wish that can't they just stay cute babies?
There are 2 types of babies. There are like my friends' babies, and then there are little shitheads.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of like we've got friends' babies or customers' babies.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like my friends' babies are so awesome and so cute, and you can totally take them to restaurants and cafes. But if I'm in a restaurant and a cafe and one of those little shits is in there, Lord, I wish they'd left it at a time. And planes. My friends' babies are fine on the plane, but anyone else's baby on the plane, I wish they'd taken a bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put them in the luggage, maybe, I don't know.
Just on my ladder.
Did I steal your lighter? I've got no pockets. How could I have stolen your lighter?
Joe, you tell me. I know you've succeeded.
Don't reach in there. It's got teeth.
Oh,
Your mother wasn't
goodness.
joking about
There was a
that.
movie about that.
Where's your lighter? There's your lighter.
Thanks, darling.
I'm terrible.
I'm going to use a match.
I'm such a lighter thief. Come
I
on.
almost think the tarot cards were
too hard.
better, so maybe next week we'll go back to the tarot
Yeah, I
cards.
think we're going back to the tarot cards. There's that company that I'm over now. Wasn't entertaining, was it, people? No.
No, yeah, I think last we were more fun with tarot cards. And, I mean, the fortunes are lame.
Look, there's one last one. We may as well give it hope.
Shall we read the fortune for the
Does
Scottish
somebody
rugby
want
team?
it? Oh, the Scottish rugby team.
We've got unnamed viewers that have come forward, so we might as well dedicate this to one of the unnamed viewers. So if you haven't come forward, this is for you.
Oh, is it like it's like a fortune? It's like a drum wishbone. We could like.
Oh, we could.
We're so gonna make a mess. It doesn't work.
You have a Roomba.
Yay!
Yay, we did it hands free.
Yay! You can deal with that now, darling.
So is this for your Scottish rugby player Hunk person?
Yeah, it's for the unnamed viewers,
Okay,
and also for John Barclay.
John
If you're
Barclay.
watching,
John, here's your fortune. Laquisha would like to read it out.
Yes,
I'm
I
sure.
would. Hope you've enjoyed your meal, Mr. Bond.
So he did get that slice of cake.
That's quite a good one.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I'd be like those Bond villains if I had to be mean to someone. I'd totally put them on a conveyor belt with a laser between their legs and then leave the house.
yeah, and then leave, right? And assume
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
never escape. Yeah.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Although Daniel Craig didn't get it so easy, did he?
Which one's Daniel Craig?
He got the hole in the seat
He got a hold of the scene and stripped,
with a big
Naked,
rope
he was
that they kind
and
of
he was
whacked
a
him
covered
in the
beater,
balls
covered
over and
beater
over
with
again.
balls.
Oh dear, was that the one when he was in the ice castle, or the latest one that I haven't seen?
Latest.
Oh damn it, I need to
Yeah.
get
No,
that.
the Ice Castle was terrible because they had Remington Steele in it. Remington Steele pretending he was James
I
Bond.
know, that was hilarious. Nice car though. And actually Halle
It
Berry's
was very camp though, that one.
Halle Berry's quite good. She was in
really
that,
is, yeah.
I think Halle Berry should change the name because Cinnamon Buns.
She
would
could
a
be
much better name.
La Dash Bun.
La Dash
Dash
Bun.
Buns.
La Dollar Bun.
Oh.
La Dollar Note.
No, her mum's from Liverpool or something.
Oh
Or
no, she's a British.
Manchester
She's a
or
British.
Madonna
they have
could
some
totally
English
be
connection.
Madonna.
The Berries on the mother's side. Can't quite remember.
Oh, you mean the Lancashire berries?
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Halle Berry has got. She's half English, isn't she? She's through her
Oh.
mother.
And she got her cream puffs out in Swordfish. For no good.
Oh, Swordfish. She got paid so much for that shot.
Yeah, well, for no good, like it added nothing to the plot.
Oh, really? I
it
didn't
was just
watch
like, like, what? And then on with the film.
Yeah, right.
I ain't complaining.
I wish someone would pay me to do that.
Mm,
Yeah.
someone tried to pay me to do that.
Really? No.
I was trying to come up with a good idea, story, but no.
No. There's not that one time in band camp. Why do these things happen in band camp?
I don't know.
Because
Because you know the kind of people that go to band camp.
I know they're all nerdy. They don't do the kind of things that people would assume they do at band camp. I went to band camp once, and the big excitement was crawling under the bus. Ooh!
Oh. How exciting.
I know, right?
Oh, you crawled under the bus.
Yeah, I know, and it was very exciting.
Did you do drugs there? Did you
No,
have sex there?
no,
Was there, no blood involved? No.
Nothing like a commune.
Boring.
Yeah, it was. Well, everyone was like good squatting, good little girly squat, like classical music players.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I played the clarinet, and I would just like to thank my mother for encouraging me to practice my tonguing and embouchure for years and years and years since I was 6. You hear about flutists? Once you go clarinet, you'll never go back.
It's, yeah. Well, I always thought the first rule of band camp was that you don't talk about band camp.
Well, that's actually
It's like
quite
Fight Club, isn't it?
true, because the other kids would pick on you.
Don't tell them about what happened, because I'll just laugh. Oh.
It was funny, and we had this this old woman, because they were like people who were in charge of the different parts of the band camp. Oh, Josie Bella's going to bed. Good night, Josie Bella. So there was like a grown-up assigned to look after the woodwinds and look after the string section. And we had this old woman, Mrs. fill-in-the-blank. And if someone was not bowing the right way, she just leaned forward and stabbed them between the shoulder blades with her bow. She had a reach on her, eh? She'd be like at the back of second violins and she'd be like stabbing people in the first violin desks. And then one time we were playing this really hard piece of music, and it had this horrible pattern, and I couldn't play it with my little clarinet, but the other people could play it. So we're in the sectional with another Mrs. fill-in-the-blank, and she looked at me and said, "LaQuisha, you're just moving your fingers and not blowing." It's very embarrassing. Yeah, because if I play it'll sound terrible. No, they've got it, it's fine.
Oh, I got a total double entendre out of that one.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Fantastic.
You're just moving your fingers and not blowing.
We need to blow entendres in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
Life is so much boring
Yeah.
without double entendres. But no, this week seems to be quite. I don't know what your social calendar's been like. I mean, I know you, LaQuisha, get about everything.
No, it's a pain. What a terrible thing to say. The curse of popularity. I'm just going to eat the rest of this.
Yeah, help yourself.
Yeah. Well, we've lost Josie Bell, so good night to Josie Bell.
Good night, Josie
We're
Bell.
down to 3, and I suppose I'm 1 and you're 1.
Are you guys actually watching this too on your?
I'm not, but you and Jack
You're
are.
not, are you? I am, so I'm actually.
No, we're in the studio. This is cult. When the numbers are this low, it's cult. And years from now, you can say I was at the early recordings.
What? Yeah. Well, remember the early recordings of Top Gear with the new studio? There are only about 3 people in this whole set. And now, if you watch Top Gear, the place is full.
Yeah, it'll be like that. The couches will be full of cats.
This is the early years, which is good. Sometimes the early years are the most fun ones, like e.g. Third Rock in the Sun.
Or Television 3, and the good old days with Belinda Todd and what's her name on that.
Oh yeah, 'cause no one watched it, did they?
No, it was hilarious. They did that late night news hilarious show.
It was called Nightline.
Yeah, right. Who was Belinda Todd and
Joanna Paul and Bill Ralston.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yo, Nightliners.
They were brilliant.
Yeah. I had a friend with a big crush on Belinda Todd.
Oh, I can see that.
And then he came out.
Brilliant.
Oh, Belinda Todd turned on.
I guess that's what having a crush on Belinda Todd does to you. If she rejects your advances, you just play for the other team.
Oh, he was so devastated.
I have a major crush on
I think he actually wound up working with TV3 at some later date, but long after Belinda Todd's time.
I had this major crush on Ellen Page.
You still have a crush on Ellen Page?
Had.
Oh, really?
Well, no, I still love her to bits, but my friend kind of said... we're watching Juno and my friend says, she looks so much like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah,
And crush was over.
I know that you love Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yeah.
but
I have all those movies.
he looks like such a child. I think he's legitimized kiddie porn.
No, not Titanic DiCaprio. Shutter Island DiCaprio. The Troubled Soul.
It's all making sense. Corrington loves him, complicated men.
Well, what about Catch Me If You Can DiCaprio? That was quite a good one, wasn't it?
I never, I'm a film dick. Did you see it? Of course you saw it. Did you enjoy
Which one?
it? Catch Me If You Can.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Really, really loved it.
Walken in it as his dad, which is
I
amazing because he didn't play a mad villain for a change.
Mm.
He didn't
Yeah.
say, but this
Oh,
watch was his birthright.
Christopher
and he had
Walken's
this
not
thing
always-
to hide it up his ass.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
That watch
Yeah.
story.
Mm.
Yeah, the watch story from Pulp Fiction. So your daddy, when he was common in Vietnam, I can't do Walken. I'm sorry. I mean, I can impersonate a lot of people. Walken's not one. His name be damned if some gook got his hand in his son's birthright. So he hid it in one place where he knew the gooks wouldn't look.
Oh
His
dear.
ass.
Oh goodness.
5 long years in this watch. Yeah.
Could
Now, I
totally
better
do
not.
that.
I mean, this has been recorded so people would hear how lame a Chris Walken impression is. It's actually terrible.
I've just worked out
Much
which
better
one.
than
Most
mine.
of it.
Yeah.
I've just worked out who that is. I thought you were talking about the Superman guy who has got that disease.
Yeah, that's that bad, isn't it? I mean, I know I'm pretty good at some impressions, but it's not Walken. The Walken one is probably the worst I've ever attempted.
Mm.
Certainly while I've been recorded. But he's a good actor. And I think I did like him in Catch Me If You Can. I liked him a lot more in. What's that one written by the guy who wrote WKRP and they're stuck in the ground for 35 years?
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah, so the guy who wrote this movie with Brendan Fraser and Alicia Silverstone. And it was called Blast from the Past, that's it.
Oh.
And they think there's a nuclear holocaust, so the whole family goes underground, lives there for 35 years, and the radiation disappears. And then Brendan Fraser comes out, and of course he's grown up with all the values of the 1960s, trying to deal with the life in the millennium.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. Why have I never seen
I
this?
like it.
You need to see it. I mean, it's probably not the best film, but there are clever moments in it.
Oh, I'll watch.
So it's Brendan Fraser, Alicia Silverstone. It's called Blast from the Past. It's written by Hugh, whatever his name was, who wrote WKRP in Cincinnati. It is very, very cleverly done. The WKRP, of course, is made by Mary Tyler Moore.
No way.
So this is the Mary Tyler Moore show, except with a dude and about radio.
Isn't television just like that, though?
Yeah.
This is a show like that other show, except with a da instead of a da.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Glee,
Yeah.
it's just like The Breakfast Club, except they sing.
All the ones made by the people who made Family Guy.
Except for Aaron Spelling, may he rest in peace, who has brought me so many hours of happy television watching.
That's right, but even Aaron Spelling too did play the formula thing, because remember, if you have a combination of the following, you will have a hit show. The combination is a car, a stud, and an old man.
Ah.
That's Knight Rider. Knight Rider is about a car.
There has to be that sexy girl too, right?
Not always. You see,
Not
look at
always.
Starsky Hutch. Starsky Hutch is about a car, two
Well,
studs, and
they-
an old man.
They always have a sexy girl featured extra. Like in MacGyver,
Yeah, yeah.
there was always some hot
Like in James
Russian
Bond.
physicist who
Because she
wanted
always
to
gets
defect.
killed off.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Every girl that sleeps with James Bond ends up dead.
They should just go into the clinic. So much of that stuff's treatable nowadays. You don't have to be ashamed. It's anonymous. You get the
just,
pills,
like-
get the
Or just
lotion.
if James could sort it out, then the rest of the girls would be fine.
He's spreading around his international herpes. That's what he's doing.
Brilliant.
I got some MI6 pox for you in my pocket.
It's a sure way to deal with the enemy, though, isn't it? I mean, he goes to seduce Russian KGB spies.
It's
This is
biological
true.
warfare.
This gives them some disease, which is a good way to wipe out any problems. But I mean,
So a stud, a car, and an old man. How does that fit in with 90210?
No, see,
Or with
that's
us.
not really that type of show that I
Oh,
would
ha.
classify as a decent show. But
Right.
but
No.
if you continue that, you look at, say, The Professionals, 2 cars, 2 studs, and an old man.
That's
we
very
need
true.
we need a starter car and an old man.
Yeah,
We've got a
car,
car.
We've got to get
car
and a
is
stud.
an old man.
We just need an old man.
Where's the
Yeah.
car?
The Mercedes.
Oh, maybe Conrad should join us.
No, he's not that old.
Well,
I mean, he's old, but not old
not
enough.
old. No, we need old.
Yeah.
Bill.
Sweeney, a
Bill.
car, and Street of San Francisco, a car, an old man and a stud. The Equalizer, a car, an old man and even older man. Street Hawk, a bike, a stud, and a bald man.
What
BJ
about-
the Bear, a truck, a stud, and a chin.
Are these all movie references?
How about Automan? That kind of... Is there an old man?
Well, yeah, no, Automan was a car, a stud, and a geek.
Right.
That kind of fits in.
What about
Yeah.
Terminator? Yeah.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, a car, two studs, and an old man.
Yeah.
Miami Vice, a car, two studs, and a not so old man.
Ah,
Minder, two cars, a stud, and an old man.
this is hilarious.
Chips, two bikes, two studs, and an old man. Special Squad, three cars, one stud, and two old men. So they are actually all there. That's the formula to hit show.
Brilliant.
Right. Well, clearly, we need a car and an old man. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, that's
I'm
from
sure
my
we can
blog
fit my
years
car
ago,
in
'cause I
here.
did have a long
Through the
trip
door,
up.
even.
Yeah, we'll just drive up the side. Toot, toot.
And the
Anyway,
reason shows aren't good now is they no longer follow part of their formula.
no, they should just stick to the old. The old ways are often the best.
The old ways are great. I mean, Knight Rider was a wonderful morality play, wasn't it? Every week.
Devon was so gay, and Kit the car was even gayer.
Well, the kid was very gay.
He was so precious. Like he had all of this.
bloody eyeliner on every week.
Kit, he's got all of this like high power bullets and speed jump and whatever. And so Michael Knight would do something, and Kit would be like, "Michael, I hope you're not going to try and do that again."
Sounds like my ex.
Stupid car.
My ex. There was a wonderful start last week on the German show I Love the Combat so where they have a Knight Rider spoof. So if I can find it on YouTube, I will definitely send it along. Because it's last week's episode, so the chances of it appearing are quite minimal.
Oh, I was reading about the copyright.
Well, because of the parody, they got away with it. But they did play the music, so I assume they must have got clearance to play the theme tune for Knight Rider. And so they have me chasing the Autobahn and this Kit lookalike, who the heroes think is Kit. And it's going, no, it's alright, the car's indestructible. No, of course it's a replica. It just gets shot to bits. And then pressing turbo boost button, nothing happens. It kind of ruins all those nice fantasies about Knight Rider when this replica version of it doesn't work in this German TV show.
Oh.
But that is the Germans for you, and they have very different sense of humour. So, I suppose we are coming up to 11, aren't we?
We are. It might be time to
depart a whole other viewer.
Yeah, bye other viewer.
Bye other viewer.
I'm sure people who watch this on demand are going to find it just hilarious.
Of course they will.
You know, or not. I'm going to get Pussycam working next week because I think that would be awesome.
Pussycam.
You know what the show is missing? A pre-title sequence like in Department S.
Yeah, I've got this title sequence, but it's not like Department S.
If we have like a little story bit before the credits start rolling, that's pre-recorded, that'd be really fun.
Oh yeah, like a cold. What do they
like
call
a
it?
cold start or whatever they call it.
That's
brilliant.
You have this little scene where just something really funny happens.
When I ring up the pizza
and the
place.
credits roll.
Where's my fortune cookies, bitches?
Tell the guy on the phone he's a dick.
Yeah, but you're nice. You can come
Just
back.
that one line could be quite funny stuff next week. It's just you making that line and the credits roll.
Oh, hey, let's do that.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
like that.
We'll do that. We'll totally do that.
Because you could always do the that girl thing where before the credits, someone just says, but no, it's all up to that girl. And then you Marlo Thomas freeze frames and the credits roll, so you can do that. So we do that girl.
Sounds like a very good
cold
idea.
open.
Brilliant.
Do you have any pearls of wisdom to leave our viewers for the next 7 days without us? Lord knows it'll be hard for them.
Gosh, I don't know. Well, my dear friend Jack Martin has set up a new venture at jackmartinleith.com where he wants to help people masturbate, but not just masturbate, but engage in tantric masturbation. So you are going to take matters in your own hands, do it in a tantric way.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Corentin?
I don't have anything half as good as that. If you're going to the dairy, make sure that your scarf fits over your nose.
And mine is, if it goes wrong, just ring up and complain about it. You'll get free stuff, you always do. Except for when you don't, in which case call back until you get free stuff. Lovely. We'll speak tonight.
Goodbye, viewer.
Farewell. Farewell, viewers.
Farewell.
We'll see you all next week. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have a town, why don't you take it? You're gonna